Hello, and thank you for joining us today. We have the quarterfinals of the Mario Kart 64 150cc Skips tournament. I hope you're as excited as I am to get started here. We earlier today saw Matthias Rustemeyer versus Armin. It looks like Matthias came out on top, so he's going to advance to the semifinals. Today we have abney317 versus Obiyo. And this actually should be pretty good because Obiyo recently PB'd and got a 2810. He got a 2810 just a day ago that was verified. Abney obviously having the world record with 2536, and the distance has been closed a little bit between the two, thanks to that recent PB. Very nicely done, Obiyo. So these players are going to go head-to-head, winner of which is going to go to the semifinals. And let's take a peek here. Looks like tomorrow we have Smurfy versus Kazuya. And then so that's at 9 p.m. Eastern time tomorrow. And then at 3 a.m. Eastern, if you happen to be awake, we have Zoran versus Lewis for the final quarterfinals match. And then the semifinals will start next week. So very exciting stuff. Abney is actually 4-0 with his fastest race being a 27:02. And Obiyo 2-2, fastest race 30:07. But like I said, with his PB now standing a lot smaller yet, he looks like this could actually be a good matchup, pending some things that go on. So without further ado, I will count the players down and we'll get started. All right, count them down. All right, and this will be very interesting just because we have some new skips in play now. If you've been following some things about Mario Kart 64 recently, there's new Toad's Turnpike skip. There's a Royal Raceway skip with, you guessed it, red shells. Yeah, the largest skips, excuse me, large skips. And of course, the red shell skip on Rainbow Road. All right, and both players using Japanese, assuming 1 point. I believe they do 1.0 because of the new Toad's Turnpike skip. Right at the beginning, we're going to see them use the boost or not, and just turn around in a circle and just touch a specific polygon. And what it's going to do is it's going to update where the Lacquer 2 wants to set you down. It confuses the checkpoints such that when you saw Abney go over, it thinks that he's at the end of the lap, so it's going to put him back to about where that polygon was. So he's going to actually get the red shell, do so. He's got the blue shell, so he's going to pick up the other one and do double blues for the final here. Obiyo got a little bit of bad luck and picked up what looked like double stars, so he was forced to go around, unfortunately. But he is going to go, now that he's used double stars, to get the blue shell so that he can turn around and do the same. Abney rolling around with a very strong 47.74. Obiyo going in, hitting the blue, getting over. Very nicely done. And he's going to roll on to lap 3 and see if he goes for another blue here. Essentially, you just want to wait to see if that balloon's going to be all the way down. It looks like it's going to be heading up. Looks like there's a banana placed right underneath. So the CPU's new Skynet style that he was going to be going through. So he's going to slip through, grab the blue, and get hit by his first blue there, and then he's going to do the same thing again. You just angle yourself at the wall such that you the blue shell wants to turn around. You fire it so soon that the blue shell doesn't quite hit the wall. It turns around, hits you, and you go over the wall. Nicely done. 129.31. Abney in the middle of Moo Moo Farm, as you may have seen in tournaments or gameplay past. No shortcuts found as of yet. This is one track that we're really, really holding, holding that, keeping that candle lit as far as hoping for skips. I honestly never thought that I would see more skips in this game, and I thought we had maxed out. Lo and behold, that we were wrong, like very wrong. Very wrong. So we're going to see them dodge around the moles, which are random to pop up as you cross over. Ideally, you don't roll over any, but if you do, you just hope to get lucky. Abney getting bolted. We're at that spot, so he can't actually, when you're bolted and you're small, you actually can't use mushrooms in that spot. So he actually has to hold on to that mushroom all the way to the end. That is really unlucky timing. But pretty darn clean driving. Those 23, especially that low 23, is really nice. Obiyo hitting the troll banana, almost hitting moles, but he gets really lucky on that line and just cruises right through. Abney moving on to Koopa Troopa Beach, also known as Noko Noko Beach. This, while not featuring any actual skips, you go over a ramp into the cave. Obiyo, very nice finish. DK on his tail. Over the ramp into the cave, designer intended, so therefore not a skip in that regard. And then we'll see Abney pick up the items at the end of the track, and he's going to go to the right because there's a badly mapped polygon, and you can see that in the lower left it showed him as 8th place, so he uses that to get an 8th place item by triggering the item right as it thinks that he's in 8th place, getting the star, which is the ideal luck. You want to get a star, golden mushroom, or even just triple shrooms. Heck, anything. Just get anything that isn't triple reds or blue shell. It's very nice. Abney going for it a second time. He pulls another star. Nicely done. That's really good luck. That's the luck that you hope for, because you save about at least 4 seconds each time that you pull a star, and that's the ideal pull. The double pull. Nice. 2 quick ones. That was the ideal RNG. Obiyo looks like he triggered it a little early, or he wasn't far enough over. Picked up a single banana. Wario hanging out. Wanted to wish Abney a good race. So that more than makes up for the bolt. Very nice 113. He's going to move on to Calamari Desert or Kara Kara Desert. Obiyo getting some large bounces on the ramps. Pulls the green shell. It's very unideal to go for it and not get anything, because you do lose a couple, like about 1.5 seconds or 2 seconds going around and getting those items. So Abney, you'll see he's gonna turn around and he's gonna be waiting for items, like 8th place items. He wants to get a star, but he's getting lightnings. 3 lightnings in a row. 4? How many lightnings? 5? No, it can't be 6. Oh, and it's a golden shroom. No, that is that is really, really whack. I can't believe that. The golden shroom is the worst, other than getting 5 bolts in a row, because you have to wait. Wow, bolt, star. Okay, so he finally pulls a star. Nice. So this is one of the few items that you want to get. Star, or red shells, or even, as we've seen, a single green shell can be done. So that that if Obiyo can pull a star right away, or even the triple reds. Oh, he's gonna ditch the reds for the star. He gets a star second try, and so Abney had to go all the way around. Obiyo's gonna go for it right away on lap 1. And what happens is the designers intended for you to use the star coming from the other way on the track. Trigger it before you cross over the finish line, and it's going to count a lap. But it didn't realize, or they didn't program it in a way that if you just go from the exit, it's a lot faster. They didn't think that we would go for that. So they just do that, turn around, it's a lap, and then Abney on the 3rd lap, Obiyo on the 2nd lap. So it looks like now that he's in first, he doesn't really have any way of getting a good item. If he got a single red and he wanted to do that, didn't look like he went for it before with the triple reds, but you can use the triple reds to hug against the wall, like the fence area on the other side of the cave, and because they don't bonk off the wall and disappear, you can use that and just slowly roll over the red and go over the fence line. Obiyo going around, Abney doing the new strat. You actually turn around right at the beginning of Toad's Turnpike. You go out of bounds, and then you use the Lakitu effect, which means that he can't pick you up right away, and you just go out of bounds again. Now, after you go to bounds after this, Lakitu is really confused, and you're going to roll over the finish line, and you're going to set it up and go out of bounds on the left-hand side. And you can see that something isn't first, but the Lakitu is going to pick him up and put him right on the edge of the track. In which case he's going to go out of bounds again, and he's going to fall behind the track and put him back on that spot at the end of the lap. It's so crazy that somebody found this, and as you've probably seen at the beginning of our skips tournaments, both players going for it. So the faster you can get this, you save literally from the old strat, which is basically just skipping half the lap each time. You save like 40 seconds. Ridiculous. 54.81 from Abney. Crazy, just amazing. 54 is a really strong time, I agree. So yeah, it's just wild. Just seeing the progression, as you guys have probably seen in some recent YouTube videos. It's wild. It is wild. So you're essentially you just want to go out of bounds, come back around, go out of bounds again. And then the Lakitu is just going to keep setting you around. Abney going around, getting off of the ramp and falling in the water. So he's going to save a little time. Obiyo with the 57. With the 57 is a very good time with that. I'm very, very impressed. So Abney will lose a little bit of time. Obiyo will close the gap a little bit. So this is already looking like a pretty exciting race right here. Rinse and repeat. I'll let you know. It's essentially the same thing as we've seen with the Lakitu. You go back to a spot where the Lakitu updates your position, or rather the game does. Then you don't touch the road, go out of bounds after you cross the finish line. Lakitu, not knowing any better, can pick you up and put you back where he thought you ought to be, which is a lap ahead, back on that bridge. Rinse and repeat. And that stage is easy peasy, well, unless you fall off in the water, in which case you sweat, and then you do it. So Abney rolling on over to Choco Mountain. There's a few different ways you can do this. There's going to be a large jump right before the little hill bump right here, as we'll see Abney's rolling up to it right now. He hits it, so he sails right over that. He doesn't tumble at all, so that's the ideal situation. 21.66 lap, which is amazing. That's the ideal right there. If you don't make that jump, you would have to do a backup right after that little hill. There's a big short backup, which you'll see Abney go for now that he has missed that and tumbled, and he gets it. It's a lot easier for you to get it on the left-hand side where it's very steep, or on the right-hand side where it is not very steep. And Obiyo getting the backup, doesn't go for the large jump, it looks like. So it's a lot better if you know that you're not gonna get it or not consistent at it. That way you don't lose that extra time. Abney getting 2 out of 3, very, very nicely done. Just is wild. It's wild. 21.66, 26.66, and a 21.84 for a 110. Very strong. 2 out of 3 is great. Obiyo going for the backup of the backup, which is the shallow end. Gets it. Very nice. Abney's going to roll through to Mario Raceway, the final race of the Flower Cup, and about the halfway point, as far as the courses go, at least. And what he's going to be looking for is he's actually going to grab the first items. He's going to stop, get out of the way of the CPUs, and he's looking for triple reds. He looks like he's pulling triple shrooms, so he's not going to wait any longer. Sometimes that can be a trap. He gets over, so you use the momentum from the mushroom and the lip of the road, and you coast over that wall. The top of the brick walls actually doesn't have any collision, so you don't have to go over. Obiyo having a lot of trouble at the last corner here. Looks like he's in 5th. He's gonna have to make it through, no pressure. 4th, 3rd, 2nd. DK rolling up, hitting the banana. Oh, go, go, go. Oh. He's got it. He's got it. He's got it. Yes. See ya, Toad. We out of here. Abney using the mushroom 3 times over the brick wall. Woo! That was a clencher. And it reset right after the track is done. It is faster to hit triple reds, but as we've seen, even though it's like what I think a 25% chance, as you may have seen if you were watching MR earlier, he pulled lightning bolt after lightning bolt. It was just like Abney's Calamari Desert. So Abney, this is one more people know. You just hit the wall. 4.76, nice. Getting it first try so far. Bouncing over 5.65, crazy. Wild Wario Stadium. Misses the first bounce. Looks like he's set up to go over. He gets 19-second Wario Stadium. Awesome. That was great. That's well better than what you would expect for a great Wario Stadium. That is it. Obiyo going for the triple red, so you can kind of see you're kind of using the thing where you're waiting for the red shell to turn around. Looks like he's getting just a little bit too close to the wall, so he's gonna ditch him and move on. Looks like he's gonna need some stars here to get ahead, or some lightning bolts to really disrupt the CPUs, because he is now, I believe, a whole lap behind. It misses the items. That's going to set him back a little bit. Abney onto Sherbetland. Obiyo picking up some more reds. That is troll. I can't believe he's not getting any items here. It might be over for Obiyo right here, unless he gets lightning bolt to slow him down. Lightning bolt to slow him down. He needs. He honestly needs to get a skip at this point. He gets a star. He can get some momentum, but he hits the wall, and when you tumble, the star is gone. Hitting the blue, looks like he's gonna have to get it now. He's gonna have to do it. Clutch it out. Oh, but he misses it. That's a shame. You hate to see it, but it's happened to us all. It's even nearly happened to me on Toad's Turnpike. Where you have to go around. He's going to be forced to do Mario Raceway once again. Abney just about done with Sherbetland now. And you see, it was just the first lap that gets you, because it's such a short map. It gets really tough. So he's gonna do it again. I believe, I'm not sure if there is a mercy rule in place, not to my knowledge, but somebody in chat may pipe up with the official ruling. Not to my knowledge, no, and no reason to cut the race so short either way. But as far as continuing, you're not able to continue in the you're not able to continue. Then you have to redo the course. Abney, though, because likely he knows that he has such a large lead, he's going to be going for the new Royal Raceway. He gets blue shells and reds. So at the beginning, you turn around and you drive over the grass by the water in a specific pattern so that you can trick the Lakitu again into putting you behind the finish line. And what you do is you fire the red, and then you hit yourself up over that pink wall. And because it's a very steep portion, as you can see, even though he did it 3 times, it's very tough to get up there with reds or a blue shell. It hits you just far enough so you can get up over the wall, but it's really, really tough. Very, very, very small amount of space for you to get up there. So Abney rolling through the lap and doing what you typically would expect is just going over the water, hitting the wall in a way that the Lakitu thinks that you had been placed up on the ramp, and then also on this side of the map. Obiyo rolling through to Wario Stadium, much like we saw with Abney, is just trying to get over the walls. It's a very, very short wall the first time. Although you do have to hit it at a strange angle, and sometimes you get 0 frames. 0 frame just meaning that you jump into the wall and you immediately tumble. You don't make any kind of forward momentum like you see Obiyo doing on the big jump, the large jump right there. Had a very good first lap. Honestly, if you get like a 40 second Wario Stadium, I consider that good. Anything less than that is just good. Wow, 29 second Wario Stadium. Nice gameplay from Obiyo. Abney on to lap 3, about to do the skips right here. Like I said, go over the water, hit the wall to the right of that crease. As long as you make it to the right of that crease, Lakitu thinks that you had been falling from up on the ramp. And to the left, crossover. And then Lakitu, once again, thinks that you must have fallen from over here, because how else would you have been over there? And that concludes that. So Obiyo just about 2 tracks behind at this point. Which, honestly, for the most part, might mean that we'll be able to see some of the new skips. Maybe we'll see Abney go for YOLO Valley. Maybe a YOLO setup for DK Jungle Parkway. CPU jump on Banshee Boardwalk. Just kidding. And of course, maybe even triple reds on Rainbow Road. So Abney on to Bowser's Castle. The Thwomps are on a cycle, as you likely know, much like the penguins on Sherbet Land. So as long as you maintain a specific pace, you'll always know right about where they are. Hit one item, fall off once, and you'll never know where they are. And you just have to react on the spot. The other unfortunate circumstance is that once you mess up, the CPUs catch up, they land a bunch more items, and they really get in your way. And yeah, don't forget about Party Marty in the back corner. He partied too hard and ended up in jail. Abney, so far so good, very clean. Obiyo coming out of the cave. Final lap is Sherbet Land. He's gonna roll through to Royal Raceway, which is a good spot for him to catch up a little bit of time, because he's likely not going to go for red shells unless he's feeling it. I'm not sure if he's ever gone for it before. And Abney, 3rd lap. So no skips to speak of for these levels, Sherbet Land or Bowser's Castle. But like I had said, the one thing about Bowser's Castle is that anything can happen. Anything can happen. Even at all levels of gameplay, you can get really messed up. Obiyo actually turned around at the beginning, and he's gonna try for triple reds. This would be really cool if we see him get it, and he pulls its second item, so he can use that extra time to finish out the star. It'd be really cool if he got this. So as you saw with Abney does it closer to the wall and does an AB spin strat. Obiyo hit it, but he just didn't clear it. As you were seeing, they both are hitting the right spot, but not clearing it. But Obiyo does have an extra set of triple reds. Yes, and he gets one. So he lands on top, and Lakitu automatically places you at the beginning of the lap. Nicely done. See if he can get. I would like to see him get the rest here. Oh, a little bit too early on the acceleration. He has to watch out for CPUs now to steal his items. Oh, and one is gone. He might be driving around now. Luigi just hanging out by the lap counter right there, and of course DK always in last. Obiyo not getting enough speed this time, so he's gonna be forced to drive around just the normal shortcut way. Abney making quick work of DK Jungle Parkway, 40-60. I'll explain kind of what happened since I was so focused on Obiyo's side. On DK Jungle Parkway, you turn around right at the beginning, and instead there's a piece of the wall that separates the cave from the jungle. There's actually no collision there. You jump right through that. You are close enough to the finish line such that it counts the lap, and then you want to try to land in the cave, and then you'll have gone a whole lap. You just rinse and repeat that. Looks like Obiyo's going to try for one more round of red shells here. Abney not going for YOLO Valley. This huge surprise. And right at that spot, you can go to the right on Yoshi Valley, and then you want to hit the wall on the opposite side by kind of like this marking on the wall, and the game will have thought that you've gone a whole lap, just because. I'm not too clear on the details of that one, but it's again just triggering the fact that the game updates your positioning, and it thinks that you must have driven around to be hitting that spot. So Obiyo still in good positioning to get done with Royal Raceway. Very nicely done going for triple reds. I just want to commend him just for going for it, because why not? Abney once again going to hit that spot, and it's going to count the lap as he bounces to the left. And the game will update you as far as where your positioning is. And even though you're in the valley, all of a sudden, boom, you're right at the finish line. It's very, very humorous to see. I believe that's a Japanese only thing. Obiyo onward to Koopa Castle, aka Bowser's Castle. Abney onto Banshee's Boardwalk. Banshee Boardwalk does have a CPU jump, really not RTA friendly. It's more of a task thing, definitely. You essentially just wait for CPUs to drive by, like a heavyweight, and you bounce off of them with like a mushroom, something, so that you can get enough speed and air to go over the finish line, and then you just land behind it. But you would likely never see that. But at the same time, never say never. Might be more red shell skips in the future. Nothing too bad from each side. Both of these. I wouldn't say never completed, because yeah, Abney almost hit it once. There are sometimes people just go for IL records and just go for stuff like that, but in an actual 150cc all cups skips, very unlikely, because even if you hit it, you're usually just doing it on a run where, you know, you're going for it just cause, you know, if you're on a real run, it would be too risky, and you would always be in the red on Banshee Boardwalk going through. Yeah, it's yeah, you could hit Weather Tenko, but even so, I would say you would have a better time with Weather Tenko, just because Choco Mountain happens earlier in the entire series of courses, so you would probably have a easier time, and you know, CPUs aren't always something you can rely on. But when you make it in 150 cc's, it's hype. So Obiyo rolling through. He's gonna start. He's gonna start Special Cup. Abney on Rainbow Road. He's gonna turn around and showcase the all new, patent pending triple reds after he's done with all of these stars. So this could be comeback time if he pulls 435 stars in a row, or at least 317. He pulls triple reds. So Obiyo, like I said, he's going through the part in the wall. He gets a star after that too. Wow. And then you fall into the cave. If you fall in the water, he'll place you in the cave anyways. Skip still at the end of the lap. Abney hitting it, so the red shell will turn around, and you want to be able to see the progression line right here, because while you're falling in the air, while you're tumbling, you can't do anything. But when you stop tumbling and you're just falling, you can actually back up. You have to back up. And you can see the point at which you have to do so, because all of a sudden your portrait's going to be on the right-hand side. So right here, you can see he's no longer tumbling. You can actually back up while you're still in the air. You actually still have control on which way you're going. You back up, back over the line, and then he places you about where you ended up. Didn't look like he made it to the right spot for the Lakitu to be confused. So he missed that one. He was too close to the wall. So he's going to be forced to wait because he's still in yeah, he's in first now, so he's not going to have any chance to get a star, but he can at least get the triple greens. Looks like he'll do it the old-fashioned way. The old-fashioned way, using the green, which doesn't give you the heights like red shells or a blue shell, but you can actually just bounce right, just over where the wall is. Luigi's smoking him as he comes around. Nice try, Luigi. Luigi was the last line of defense for Obiyo. Looks like Abney is done. So GG to him. Very nicely done. Very good showcase of the new skips, regardless. Even though Obiyo had some tough luck in Mario Raceway, this was still a good match. It was close all the way up until that spot. Things happen. You know what? That's the way the cookie crumbles. Abney is done. We'll see if he'll come in for a post-race interview while Obiyo finishes up. Very nicely done. Very nicely done. Obiyo waiting for what looks to be triple reds. He gets, triple mushrooms. He's getting triple reds. Gets a star. So he's gonna be forced to go go around, do the right side skip by crossing over. And then he'll use the star when he gets to lap 3 and do the skip. Hey, I appreciate that. I appreciate your appreciation. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Looks like Abney's in the setup lounge, so as soon as he comes live, hey, hello, sir.
Hey.
Let me turn my audio down here so I can hear you a little bit clearer. Looks like Obiyo has DNF'd, so I will mark him as done. We can get both of you at the same time.
Yeah.
Abney, very, very nicely done. Thanks for showing off the red shell skips, attempting on Royal Raceway. Yeah, Crazy Wario Stadium, 19 seconds.
Yeah, with the missed jump.
With a missed jump.
Yeah.
What is world record there anyways? 15, 14?
I think I got a 14 once. Yeah.
God, yeah. Awesome. Good stuff.
Yeah, that went pretty well for me. I had some of the worst Calamari Desert RNG I've ever seen, but I don't.
Yeah, five kind of noticed a golden.
Yeah, this thing with the lightning seems to happen a lot. Like I need to pick up a lightning and then just wait a really long time to pick up another item. Because Matthias had that happen too, where he got a lightning.
Yeah, on Mario Raceway, I saw that.
Yeah, why is that a thing? But yeah, after I saw Obiyo had to restart Mario Raceway, I guess, and I was like, oh, well, I technically could still get world record with some miracle, so I went for Royal Raceway just for the fun of it.
Right, and you had 2 out of 3 Choco Mountains, so you had a really good pace at that point.
Yeah,
would have been really good to see it. Obiyo did get a red shell skip.
Oh yeah, I think I saw that. Yeah, that's pretty good.
So it was good. Yeah, we were able to see it. Very, very interesting strat. Yeah, good stuff. I want to think of anything else that really happened. Yeah, Luigi Raceway.
Yeah, I had some weird RNG there. I don't like having to think a bunch right at the start of the race.
Absolutely.
I'm like, all right, what do I got to do right now? And I don't even know when the last time I did the blue shell going the wrong direction, while I'm in first. It's just kind of all right, hopefully I don't miss this one.
Yeah.
He ended up, I guess, not getting the greatest luck on that one either.
Definitely not. Yeah, he pulled double stars right away. Yeah. So he was forced to go around.
Yeah, that stinks.
Let's see, Koopa Troopa.
I just got crazy RNG on, especially on the non-shortcut tracks. I got 2 shrooms and 2 stars on Koopa Troopa Beach.
Yeah, the 2 stars. Yeah, that was
double awesome. Shrooms on Sherbertland, shroom on Banshee, shroom on Bowser's Cat. All the non-shortcut tracks. I was just getting insane RNG.
Cruising. Yep, Yoshi Valley. Surprised he didn't go for YOLO Valley, but at the same time, not too disappointed. Especially because we
Yeah.
saw that earlier today with MR. That was really
I know.
unexpected to see.
Yeah. I should have just started going for some other random stuff, I guess. But
Still great, and the Reds on Rainbow Road. So great exhibition, regardless, just to see the new skips for some people who haven't caught it. So still a great race all around. Just unfortunate. So you hate to see it. Sometimes we rank out. Heck, I almost did, because the Toads Turnpike really gets you sometimes.
Yeah, unfortunate. Yeah, I think Toad's Turnpike went pretty well for both of us
Oh,
with the new
absolutely.
shortcut, which is cool.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that was really fast. Yeah, like I said, it's like 40-second time save, versus the old way.
I was
Minimum.
only 6 seconds behind world record after Toad's Turnpike, but before Toad's Turnpike, I was 40 seconds behind. So,
Jeez, right. Yeah, just crazy how much faster that is.
yeah.
So, yep, it looks like that is about it. So tomorrow at 9 p.m. we have Smurfy versus Kazuya. I hope you guys come out. Abney will actually be commentating, so we will see some more of that. And then if anybody wants to come out 3 a.m., we'll be here.
Yeah.
For all of you Europeans that may be awake.
Yeah, I'm gonna be a lot of Australians, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah,
It's like the worst possible time for a match for like most people.
right. It's funny. I'll probably still be up.
Yeah.
All right. All right. And yeah, without anything else, I hope you guys have a fantastic evening, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah. See you.
Take care.